Yes, student. Next one is ionization constant of weak acid. Okay, we can simply call it what? Ionization of weak acid, denoted by A. Student, I told you in earlier video that the acid or bases are of two type, weaker acid and stronger acid. Similarly, weaker base and stronger base. All organic acid are called weaker acid. Okay, while the mineral acids like HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, they are called stronger acid. So here now we are taking the example of to find ionization constant of weak acid. We can take the example of acetic acid, because acetic acid is one of the weaker acid. So acetic acid, when dissolved in water, okay, it ionizes as CH3COO anion plus H3O cation. Isn't it? Let initial concentration, read it concentration, okay? Initial concentration of acetic acid is what? Denoted by C, stand for concentration. Then this is what? Water used as solvent only, therefore need not to consider. I told you that it is because its number of mole dissociated is very less, because it is present in pure form and solvent form. But here initially there will be no acetate and no H3O cation. Let on ionization, that is when added to water on ionization, Ca moles of acetic acid, read it what? Acetic acid is ionized, then concentration of all species at equilibrium will be, now student, what? The initial concentration is C moles. This is what? C moles. So out of C mole, if Ca mole is ionized, is what? Ionized, then how many acetic acid will remain in the solution? So the C mole, it is what? Initial concentration, and the C alpha mole is ionizes, so it will be subtracted. Okay, and the concentration of acetate will be, so as much quantity of acetic acid will ionize, the same quantity of, that is mole of acetate ion, as well as the H3O cation will produce. That means now if we apply law of chemical equilibrium, that is the ionization, we can write K is equal to what? Is equal to the concentration of CH3COO anion multiplied by the concentration of H3O cation whole divided by the concentration of CH3COOH. Isn't it? Now place the value, you can find it. Acetate ion concentration is C alpha multiplied by H3O ion concentration is again C alpha divided by acetic acid concentration is now what? It used as aqueous, therefore it is what? Here is the value C minus C alpha. So this is the value of Ka, or we can also write it as C alpha into C alpha divided by C in bracket 1 minus alpha, or we can write it C cancelled by C, therefore C alpha square upon 1 minus A. Getting? So this is Ka is called what? Ionization constant. Okay, this is for what? Weak acid. So overall Ka is equal to C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha. Student, if the degree of dissociation is very less, then even we can ignore Okay, the concentration that is that alpha value from the denominator. Therefore, simply we can write Ka is equal to C alpha square, or also we can find here alpha square is equal to Ka divided by what? Concentration. Or also we can write here alpha, that is this alpha is equal to root Ka upon C. So we can find many of the formulas. Similarly, student, we can find one more thing: ionization of weak base. Ionization of weak base. Suppose we took the example of NH4OH. Okay, and therefore the ionization of weak base can be given by what? Kb. So apply the same way. How it is? You have to write NH4OH aqueous plus H2O will form what? NH4. This is what? Cation plus what? OH anion, isn't it? In aqueous solution. So place the values similarly. That will become what? Kb. This is what? Ionization of weak base. You will get the same thing. Is equal to what? C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha. So this is also for what? Kb value.